Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey, and today we have a special island, a special tour. This place is just out of this world. There's no words to describe it, there's no word to explain it. The only way that you can experience this is by doing an island tour. And guys, as soon as we step out, we're greeted with just such a wonderful feel, an atmosphere, trees, the brick, the steps, the level, the fullness of this island is just incredible. The detail, the work, it's just, there's no word to describe it besides looking at it, watching it, and walking it. Steph, this island is one of those islands that are very special because there's so much detail, there's so much work, there's so much love that you put into this world, into this town, and it's just amazing. So as we start our tour, as we start walking and looking, there's no ways to describe it. I can't describe what I feel, the way this place makes me feel, just everything that I'm seeing, and it's just amazing. I love the feel of the town. I love how everything in this particular town, it starts everything close together. As we can see, we got John's Good. I love how the recycling is buried into the bill, into the sidewalk, into the area. It's just amazing. It just, the museum right next door, you got the furniture place right there, just the talk box right there, and you will think, like, everything being so close, how this island can be full, because all the buildings are already so close together. Here's the talk box, and then in front we got Franklin. But as we walk, as we look, as we explore, there's so many areas, so many details, so many wonderful just structures, builds that are just amazing. So as we're looking at the details, we're seeing the builds. Look at the roads, look at the hallways, look at just the way everything is laid out. Look at these thunder eggs, the way they just are placed. Look at the signage, look at the brick boxes with the brick road, and the dark wood looks so good with the brick, with the steps. It's just everything works together so nicely. Having the mailbox just scattered throughout the island is just such a wonderful touch. So as we move forward and we're going out of the town hall, we encountered sitting areas, many wonderful, amazing sitting areas with fireplaces, with just in the layout, the decoration, the lighting. There in this island, there's not one square that is not fully decorated, fully developed, fully just customized. It's just amazing. Look at this just sitting area. Guys, take the inspiration, take a screenshot, grab this and put it in your island. These are the ideas that when you guys are asking, what can I do in this little square of space that I have? What can I do in this little other area that I have? There are so many ideas in this island, so many designs that you guys take notes, take the screenshots, take the inspiration, and take it to your island. Just go ahead, grab it, and do it. Look at this area right here. So this build is so good because in one side we had the sitting area, right? So you got the fireplace on all that side, but at the same time she was able to use the back side to create a barbecue kitchen area. You got your seating, you got your umbrellas, you got your trash cans, you got your fruit boxes. She used the front for one build and then the back for another one. And then again, look at this, another seating area right out here with the fireplaces, and it just the whole combination. Look at the bonfire on the very top to create the illusion of the smoke. Like it's going with the fireplace that's on the bottom. On the bottom, it's just so good. The detail, the attention to the details is amazing. I was in awe. I was just mind mind blown, mind blown. This is one of those things that when you see it, you're like, how did I not think of that? How did I not do that myself? And it's right here, and it's just amazing, beautiful, and I just love it. I love it so much. Okay, so then after that, we walk towards the beach, and look at this beach, well decorated. You got your sitting areas with the dark tones, with the white, the umbrella, again, campfires, and look how the campfires are elevated. I think that's so cool. We've seen them many times buried in the sand, right? This one, they're elevated, and it's such a good look. It's wonderful, it's amazing, I've not seen it myself in any other place. This is the first place I see that, the campfires being elevated like that, and it's top notch. It's just, again, the attention to detail. And then the way she scattered the plants in the beach to make it look like weeds that just growing in the sand, right? It's just, and it gives that extra color, that extra texture into the world, into the island, into the town. It's just really good. I mean, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, in this island, there's no words to describe it. Besides, you have to see it yourself. You have to see this and just experience this island. And look at this fountain. Look at this area, just with the lily pads and all the white flowers. The color combination is really good. Everything is on point. Everything is just together, and it just works. It just works in so many levels. And these are the great ideas for us to get inspired, to us to grab, to bring to our islands, to take on it, to tweak them, and to make it our own. But the inspiration from this island is the most, is so important. You know, I think this is gonna expand our communities. They're gonna expand the ideas. These are gonna motivate so many more people to keep building, to keep creating, because there are so many wonderful and amazing ideas. And again, look at this, and look at how the pool just tears down to go into more depth. And again, in the way the flow of this island, everything flows, you know, is open. You can walk through it, you can get from one side to the other, and it just works perfectly. And I love seeing the bandstand. I love seeing all these purple trees. I love just seeing that you can see throughout the town, and it's just wonderful. It's something that I love. That's something that I really enjoy when I'm walking islands, when I'm seeing, when I'm designing. To me, it's very important to be able to see beyond the bill, to see what we see a little more far away, and it's just so good. And this bandstand, it's just fantastic. It works so well with the seating area leading to the bandstand. I like how she just hiding those harsh corners with the flower boxes, so just to and with the old style bushes with the white flowers. It's just, and if you look at the back, you got a little trash can. Again, you got the copper stand that looks so good. It's on point. You know, the color coordination in this island, the way she uses the flower, the greenery, the browns, all the tone, the coppers, it just works. It works in every level. There's again, I know I'm gonna be saying this a lot, but there's no words, and we're just in the beginning. This is just the beginning of our walk, of the tour, and there are so many more mind-blowing things to come. But as we continue to walk, again, take it in. Take the detail, take the spacing between the flowers and the bushes, and look at the seating area. And again, another pond with a little waterfall fountain. Then you got the big fountain, and then if you look behind it, you can see another big pond behind there and a floating boat. It's just, I love it. The attention to detail is, again, it's just so good. And I love these little sitting areas right here. They're just nice, very, very cozy, just there, you know, just like a tiny little miniature park. And it's so good. And look at the water fountain. They just bury one level, just so it looks like you even got smaller water fountains. Again, the copper flower pots, so good. Again, the brown is It's just on point. And then using big trees, very about 4 or 5 deep. That way it creates these bushes that looks like they're just growing bush, and it looks so good. Look at how full it looks. And those are trees. Those 2 big bushes right there, they're trees. They're just very 4 or 5 deep, and you can create this illusion, and it's so good. It's just, again, and I love this right here. This is, it's just, you know, it's so good. A tiny bridge, waterfall one side. Look at the behind the waterfall, you see 2 more bridges. Just the view is excellent. As we rotate, look at the flower wagon, fountain, rock, bushes, flowers, and here we are. And then you got all the lights around it. We go on the builder's camera so you can take a really good look. And look at this. And this is just in the middle, leading to a building. And these are the things that, you know, as we are experiencing island tours, as we're walking them, as we're looking at them, we're looking at all the creators, how all the people are building this extra magnificent spacing in their islands that works so good, you know. And look at this building with the silo next to it. It just looks so good. I think it works really great. It's just the combination, again, on point. It's just magnificent. And this has to be one of my favorite areas. I do believe that every island should have something like this, a flower field that looks really good. But the best part about this build is what's coming very soon. You know, you see the picnic, right? You see the towels. And then when you lay on it to rest your eyes, look at this. Look at this view, at this feel. It's just amazing. Everybody needs this. We all need. I need this. I need a spot in my island that is just for this. Just a field of flowers, very full, picnic blanket where we can lay. And it's just amazing. And then you just take it in and enjoy the day in Dinkum. It's magnificent. The waterfalls, they're just on point. Really good. Look at the rock formation and the lily pads. It's just, again, the attention to detail, the attention to the work. You know, Steph's style is, you can see it, it's very nature heavy. You know, it's very earthy tones, and it just works. It works so well. You know, having all this nature everywhere across the town. It's not just one area, but nature is everywhere. If it's not in the ground like the way we see it, it's on the flower pots, and they're everywhere. We got flowers, we got plants, we got just in every corner. There's some type of greenery, some type of nature that brings this island to life, that bring colors, that is just, it works so fantastic, and it's amazing. And look at this dock. I like the way that the dock is divided. I like that we got a jet ski, a boat parking lot. We got the big one right here, the big sailboat right here. You know, you got, and I love this. I love this. She got bulletin boards in different sections on her islands just to give it that little extra touch. And then the crab pots, you know, and again, flower. Look at this boat just hanging on the dock, getting ready to be put on the water. It's just so good, you know. And this is the inspiration, you know, for me myself to keep improving, to see this stuff, so I can improve my take, my way to do islands, you know, and remember that I can use more nature, use more flower, use more plants in my builds. But this is another special section in her island. There's different trails that in one we go up a mountain, another one we can lead to the beach. We can see a waterfall from the floor. We can see the waterfall from the top and have a view from the sea to see the town. And it's just amazing. So we're gonna start heading towards the beach so we can see the point of view from the ground, this waterfall that eventually we're gonna climb up the mountain and get to there. And it's just so cool because I've been going to real world, to the real waterfalls, and it's that feel that you're climbing to get to the waterfall or climb down to get to the waterfall. It's just amazing. But look at this beach. Again, simple but nice. And I truly love putting this plant in the beach to break up the sand. I think it's just wonderful. And again, look at all the heaviness in the rocks right next to the mountains. I think that looks really good. There's the lighthouse. Can't wait to get there to see what she did. And then the waterfall. It's just amazing. But now, this is one of the other trails that is just amazing. Look at how full, look at how forest this feels. And I've been going to the forest. I've been going to the hiking trails. And this is so good. This really feels like a hiking trail. That we're going somewhere, that we're trying to find the trail, to try to find the mountain, to find the passages, and it's just great. You know, like I found the suspended bridge, and then we find this bridge, and look at this. Again, look at the rock in front of the bridge. So good, and all the plants and all the flowers again, and then this is the backside of the waterfall that we saw earlier in front of on the flower field, and it's just the composition. It's just continues to evolve as you walk, and I've loved seeing all these rocks just heavy. It makes the nature trail, the nature hike feel more real. And I like that the trail is not just straight, it curves, it goes in and out, all the grass is just grown, and it just feels very natural, you know. And you see the pines, you see the levels, and it's just magnificent. I love walking this trail. I love looking at all this flower, at all this view, at all this greenery. And then we can go to the spring huts, or we can go to the top of the mountain. And I was like, I can't decide which way to go. They both look so good. But you know what? Let's go to the top of the mountain. Because this view of the mountain, this view, especially once we get to the nighttime, is something that is just, it really made me think of the possibilities of what we truly can do in Dinkum. It's like to create a viewpoint like this, the way she made it, you know. And you guys know I love my viewpoint areas. To me, they're important, and this one is one of the top all-time best views that I've ever seen. And I know I'm speaking a little bit ahead of time because I'm so excited to get there. I'm so excited to experience it again. Even though when I was editing, I saw it. I went there personally. I went there twice to see that. And I'm still this excited to see it once again because it's breathtaking. It's truly, and look at this view. This view just of her island. Look at all those pines. It's just, again, you can sit here and just take this in. This looks like something you will find in the real world, you know. And if you guys have seen the Dinkum Adventures, you've seen how we stand on a cliff and we see that, right? We see the rivers, we see the pines, we see the waterfall, and it's just, again, it was so unbelievable to see it because it's something that I want to work towards, the forest town, and then seeing it here and grabbing this inspiration, knowing that it can be done. I can't wait to start that. I can't wait when I get to start doing stuff like this in my world as well. But okay, so now I'm very excited. This view right here. Look at the drop-off point. This is the waterfall we saw from the bottom when we were walking on the beach. And then we see the city. We see her town. The big pier. The boat docks. And guys, this is nothing compared the way it looks at night. And I'm just, guys, truly, when it comes to the nighttime, this view is just gonna blow you away because it took my breath away. It was just something that you will see in a magazine, something that you will see in a movie, and I was just truly blown away. But it's so good in the day, and here we are. Look at this view. It's unbelievable. The lighting, the way she has placed every light to be able to see it like this is just amazing. Truly. I'm in awe. I'm watching it again. I'm here, standing, looking at it, and I'm just in awe with the lighthouse, with the pier, with the boat dock, and it's just, I want to make something like that. I hope I can do it. And it's got the inspiration just to see that. I really want to. I really want to be able to create something like that one day. And then look at this one. This one is, again, look at the mountain, look at the rocks, the different tiers, the different levels, the drop-offs of the water. These are the hot springs in this island, and it's just, again, beautifully done, beautiful place. I love the heaviness of the rock. Like there is so much rock, but it works so well, you know. And we were talking about that, how we placing the rocks, finding the right placement. It can be tricky, it can take time, but once you do it, and once you find that feel of the rocks, when you're working on it, when you're putting all this work together, it's wonderful. It's truly wonderful. It makes the work just worth it. And again, you guys know I love my waterfalls, and this is really good. You know, I look at the tier system from the very top, the way they just cascading down, and then you got different platforms that are big that cascading down into the main hot spring. It's just beautifully amazing, and the pines and just all the greenery. And again, she uses the brown tones and the green tones and the combination of everything so well. She knows what she's doing. This style that she has created for her is unbelievable. I know, right? I know. I keep saying the same words, but it's just mind-blowing. This is one of those things that is inspiring. It truly is, to create a forest, a mountain. And look at this. Look how she's laying in the water. She's just enjoying her hot springs. I love this idea, and I seen it done with sleeping bags so they blend better, and it's amazing. It's amazing, guys. Just again, I'm hoping that you're taking screenshots. I'm hoping that you're coming back to this video, that you are just pausing it, taking it in, and just falling in love on the things that you can do with Dinkum, the creations, the possibilities of this game. We're still in early access, and these are the stuff that we can create right now in early access. Imagine as the future of Dinkum keeps evolving and we keep getting more updates, it's just gonna keep getting better. Alright. So here we are again. Okay, I gotta concentrate. Look at this again. Look at this field and the flowers in between all the trees. This is just so good. The trails, the flowers, the rock, the way she's using the rock path in different places to leave some of the brown of the dirt just there. It just works so good. It's good. The detail. I love seeing the rocks. I love seeing, and then here we are. Okay, so now we get into the campsite. This campsite is, I seen campsite and I love seeing campsites in Dinkum, the way people make it, because they're all so unique, you know, and wonderful in their take. And this is another great take on a campsite. You know, you got your sleeping bag, you got your fire, you got your lights and your tent for the visitor, but that it works well with the campsite. The whole combination is great. Then you got a well back there for water because you're camping, right? Amazing. You got your cooking, your barbecue right back there because you're camping. You need your supplies, you need to cook. It's well thought out. Again, it's just the attention to detail. And I think, you know, this is one of those places that attention to detail takes everything the extra mile. It took the island to the next level, you know, and it's just worked. Look at this dock, small, and take it in. Look at this dock. It's small, it's tiny, but it works. The rope fence, the division, the little light, the boat just in an angle. It looks so good. It just works. And then over here, boats in the sand, one there. You got your. It works, guys. It completely works. And that's, you know, part of designing, part of decorating is item placement, you know. And don't forget that item placement is also subjective. It's also the way you envision your island, the way you want your island to be. Maybe you don't want such a heavy nature island and you're more city heavy, more town heavy. You know, you rely in Northern because that's more your flavor, and that's okay. But taking inspiration from here and taking a build that you see here and then tweak it to fit your style. And that's what we need, because sometimes we just need that layout idea. We just need that push, the way you would do this, so then you can apply to your island. And that's why, again, island tours are so important. I think they're one of the most important videos that we can do, you know, and observe all the creations so we can continue to get inspired. You know, just like we saw those 2 ponds right there above the bridge, right? Is the idea that we can make something that big. It's great, you know, because we sometimes think small, or sometimes we think way too big, you know, and there's no right or wrong. And that's another great way to approach thinking in this game. You know, there's no right, there's no wrong way. You know, the most important is you, the creator of the island, that you're making and having fun building in this world, in this game. And here we are. Okay, so now this area here between the farmland and the flower and just the garden, the whole combination all together, everything working in harmony. Again, just bravo. This is what. Okay, you see what you've done to me, Steph. I'm just in awe, and there's so much to say, there's so much to see, and I just can't get it out because I'm watching the video. I'm trying to take all this in, and it's just, again, it's leaving me speechless. And it's just amazing. It's just, look at the greenhouse. Again, look at the greenhouse. Look at the walkways. Take all this in. Take the flower pots. Take the barrel. Look at the mushroom lamps. The big, you know, that's not something that I use, but it works so well here. Look at the windmill, and behind it, the silo. Just for decorating. Just for viewing. Just for filling those areas. Those are the details that take, you know, it's taking this island, you know, this island to the next level, you know. Some of the detail doesn't work in every island, right? So that's also important to understand. But in this island, it took it to the next level. And look at this bee farm. It's just so good, you know. You got all these lavender flowers, and then you got your beehives right there, your bee houses, and it's just beautifully. And this is something that it's part of the game. It's part of the mechanics of the game. And I think every island, I want to make one. And then every time I see places like this, I'm like, man, they're so good. I need to do one. I want to do one, you know, and it's just getting to those points, you know, to think about the different areas that we can make. And I love this one. This one is a great idea. Look, here. We're brewing coffee right over here, but then we got the water bushes over here. But at the same time, we have our bee farm right over here. Everything is like in this section of the island that is just very industrial, very heavy, but it's beautiful at the same time, because this is the style that she's going for. You know, I've seen amazing places that are very industrial. They're doing the same thing, and it looks amazing because it looks very industrial, very work heavy, and that works so well in those islands. But the combination that she's doing here that fits her town, her taste, her vision, is just so perfect, you know. And then if you look at in the background, you see the water tanks again, you see again windmills, and it's just, and look at the wells just spread out in different areas, and just the tools, just more barrels. It's just, if you look closely in the background, if you start looking at the details, at the wagons, the tractors, again, it's just, and look at the amber. She threw the amber, and they look like they're just getting buried in the stone, or the land kind of in the stone. I didn't know we could do that. That's something I want to start doing. I think that is amazing. I think that it gives that rock like there's something shiny coming out of it, and I think it's great and it's wonderful. And that's the level of excitement, that's the level of thinking that is so good to see when we do island tours, right? Because sometimes it's those little details, you know. It's not everything is not about a big bill, you know. Big bills are amazing too, but sometimes it's the little details that sometimes surprises us and really motivates us to take it to the next level. Now, look, one of the other things that she does really great that I think people really love, and I've seen them in other islands. We just saw it on Sarah's Island in the previous island tour. It's walkways, right? Long walkways that you can put trees or you can put lamps. And this is another one. Look at this one. Long walkways. I'm falling in love with long walkways. I think they're important. I can see that. I can see the benefit of having something like this that stretches the vision, that stretches the eyesight, because it just brings such beauty into the world, into the town, into the area that you're building. It could be very industrial, it could be very farm, it could be very nature, it could be on a hiking trail, but it works, and it gives it that feel. And I think that's important to take notice, to take a moment to appreciate what all these people that are letting me come in to their islands, to see their vision, to talk about their vision, to talk about their work, and I'm honored that I can do that. I'm honored that I can get here to this point, and they let me pick at it, they let me discover, they let me ask questions, because this is what I wanted to show you guys, that the inspiration that we can get, that you can do this too. And it's just amazing, and I just get so excited when I go and just spend time with other creators, all the people in the world, all the people that are building and decorating, and hear their takes and hear why they did their things they do. But here are the rare doggos, and all their doggos are named with the real pets. So it was amazing to see that, amazing to hear that. And this is her home, and look at the inside of the home. She doesn't just decorate well outside, she also decorates well on the inside. Gorgeous, pretty, and the inside matches the theme of her island. How cool is that, right? It's just, again, green tones and brown tones, and the white. It's just, it works. It truly works. Everything that she's doing, the way she has planned all the color coordination in her island. Okay, so this part right here, guys, this I was really excited. We just saw Sarah do something in the previous island tour. We just saw her do something amazing in her orchard, right? All the color coordinating and all the flower boxes around it. But then in this island, I love, there's this little detail, this one item. Again, sometimes it's just that one item, one detail that I never thought about using it this way. And once I saw it, I was so excited that I needed to go straight to that and look at it and test it out, because it makes so much sense and it's just so great. And it's the little steps, the steps in front of the fruit trees, because you are picking at it. It's like you're going picketing, and you're going and you're harvesting the fruit from the, it is so good. That detail, that alone, I want to see it in every orchard. If you're watching this video, I think it's important to add that. I think that's a detail that can bring your orchard to the next level. And again, look at this. We can, the fruit boxes in coffee tables, also magnificent to create a little high. You put some in the floor, you put some in coffee table to make them look a little higher. It's just great. Windmills across the area is just to give a little more height and separation and something else to look at. The windmills don't do anything here. It's more a decorated item, but it makes sense at the same time, And again, but the steps, those steps is the key. It's the key to bring an orchard to life, to feel like there are people working that you can pick it. And I can't wait. I'm gonna add that. That's one of those details that right away I want to add to my orchard. I just want to do that because it looks so good. It's a small detail, but it blew my mind. It's just, again, it's sometimes the little details that takes a build for me to the next level, and that's one of those. Okay, so this area is really cool. I love this area. This is her dog park. It's really well done. And then I love this. I was like, oh my gosh, you put like a little chew toy for the dog. And I thought that was so clever, just to drop it, leave it there, and it's just good. I love it. I love using the feeder boxes. Just, it looks like for food. She got a little water spot right there. Here where the dogs can jump and all of that. Here's the doggo ramp. And then, I was like, this area is great. And as I was walking away, she goes, no. If you pet the dogs to make them follow you, you can kind of make them walk the ramp. And I was like, really? And I just, and there she is, she's petting it, and then we're gonna pan the camera because she tells me that information. I'm like, oh wait, let me see. And then, so we're gonna look at it. So here are the dogs, and you see how it's pretty soon. Keep an eye on the dog, and look at this. That's so cool. I think that's so cool. The way it's just the mechanics work to make it feel believable. It's just amazing, and I love that. I love that detail. I love that she was so excited to show me that and explain that, because I've not seen that. I've seen the dog parks, I've seen the dog ramps, but to make the dog walk on it, I thought that was priceless and just so good. Okay, so this is her work area. Everybody has a take on the work area. The mechanics are the same, right? You got your chest, you got your signs behind it, just telling you what's inside these different places, what's important and not, to do a good organization. But one of the things is, I just like, it's very simple, very minimal, and it's in a tier basis. This one is not a pet, and it's just, it works for her style, it works for her island, and I thought it was just so good. So okay, so this is exciting. I love more people are doing this. You know, people are making racetracks, motorbike racetracks, and they're fun. This one is not as big as other ones that we've seen, but they don't have to be big, right? They just have to be fun. And this one is really fun. I love the seating area, and again, she does so great. Look at the copper. The copper goes so good with this brown tone. So guys, remember that. Copper and brown. Copper and the brown tones. It goes well together. So good. Okay, so I got excited. You know, I was just like, okay, I want to test this racetrack, you know, because I want to have fun. I think this is going to be great, you know, and look at this. It's fun. I just love it. I love that we are all being creative. The ramps has been, again, one of those other items that was game changing. The mechanics in the game for us to build more amazing things in the world. Yeah, I'm not the greatest driver in the world, you know, as you can see, but it's such a fun little track, you know. And if you make a race, this could be fun. If you do, like, okay, it's the first one to maybe, let's say 10 laps, because anything, one little mistake just like that can cost you the race, you know. So I think it's so fun. You know, not everything has to be so complicated. It's just, look at this. You see what can happen? One little touch. So a simple track like this, if you're afraid, you've been wanting to make one, but you feel like everybody's making so elaborate racetracks, here's a great example of something fun, something simple. But what can happen is, if you make the laps, like it's the first 1 to 10, one little mistake, one little touch, one little thing, unit curve right, can cost you the race. And I think that's exciting. It can make a very exciting race feel very, very tight. So I think it's great, you know. And we saw all her mews right over there. It's kind of like a stable yard. It's just really, really good. And again, guys, take inspiration. If you want to build a racetrack, but you don't want to make it complicated, you don't want to take this big room in your island and go all over the place, this is a good indication how fun you can make one, you know, and make it fun, and then make it challenging, and then have fun with your friends, just racing and going around, you know. I think that's so important. Okay, so now this, she has a jet ski race area, you know, and this is the sitting and the viewing area for those races. You see it over here, they're on the river and all of that. We're gonna go to the boat. We didn't do the jet ski race, we didn't do it on this one, you know, on this particular tour. But we're seeing the viewing, the seating area, how people are just, you can sit here and see us when the people are racing and all that. We're gonna see where the starting point is. And I think it's just one of those, again, so creative. Many people are doing this. I think being so creative to be able to build racetracks for helicopter, for the jet ski, for the mules, for the motorbikes, you know, it's amazing to see. You know, it's the next level of multiplayer, how people are having fun, playing with friends, playing with their kids, with their family, with their cousins, with their husbands and wives. Is just so good, right? That's what Dinkum is bringing to the community. That's what Dinkum is doing in our lives. It's just, we're interacting with family members, with kids and daughters, with your uncle, with friends that we maybe haven't even spoken in a while, but they want to come in just to do racing. They don't even play in the game, but they buy the game so they can come into your island, so they can hang out with other friends and do motorbike racing. It's amazing, and that's because you are creating something fun that you're doing yourself, and then it feels really good because your friends are coming in and going, man, you built something amazing, this is fun. And it's that level of creativity that together as a community of Dinkum, we're just bringing happiness to other people, and it's amazing, and it's so good. Okay, let me get back to the island tour. I'm getting a little up because I get excited, I get too excited about this. But okay, now we're going to another section. We're gonna hit the pier, we're gonna hit the dock right over here, and the view is incredible. I love the copper lamps. I think after all the fix that James did to work on the dim factor of these lights, now they can be used in such a beautiful way. They illuminate perfectly, they work so well, and it's amazing. And I love, these are all the streaming shirts. She has them all, she has collected them. There they are in a nice display. And it's amazing. It's something that it's been fun seeing people collecting the streamer shirts, and it adds another flair into the game that James has done such a great job on it, And again, look at the dock, and this, or the pier, because now it's more like a pier. When we go out here, we hit the water, and I love the middle pieces with the bushes and the flower and the glowing and the lamps, and I love the seating and the ropes. And then next to, on the outside, she took inspiration from my pier and my build, and she added those extra elements to it, and it's just amazing. I love that. Then she added these cameras, so we can, it's kind of like those telescopes that when you go and you want to see, and it's just an amazing feature that it just adds to the builds, adds to the idea and the vision and the story of her island. And it's just, again, what can I say, is details, the extra detail. She's going a little bit more beyond, and this is a great showcase for all of you out there that need that little extra push, that you're wondering, what more can I add? What are other great tools and ideas and items that I can use to take my build to the next level? And look at this, buy cameras every day. Every time you go to the museum, buy the camera, buy the tripod, so you can then add this, make photo points, photo areas in your island, so you can then enjoy them. I think it's gonna give you something extra to the build. And look at this, all this view again. It's just so good how the docks, they're in different level, it just go in and out, up and down. She's incorporating her original dock, and that's something that I'm seeing in more and more islands, incorporating the original landing into the island. I need to do that. I haven't done it, and I need to do that. It's a trend, it's happening, everybody's doing it, and it's so important, and it looks good. And it looks good, right? It works, and I do feel like it's an important part of the game. So here we are again, somebody did it, and I think that's, again, it's motivation, it's inspiration, and we all need to do it. I want to do it. I hope you guys are getting inspiration to do it. And again, bulletin board, once again, love to see that. Love to see bulletin boards in different areas being incorporated to be used in a specific way that makes sense, but that's really good. And then look at this pond, this lily pond garden. Beautiful, just so beautiful. And again, if you're wondering about those big bushes that you see, those are trees that you can plant 4 or 5 deep, depending on the height that you want. And then you get the top of the tree, they look like bushes because they're buried. So it's just really good. Another way, and I need to start doing that. I need to start doing that myself. I don't think about that. But look at this. Again, screenshot it, take ideas, put it in your island, take elements of it, tweak it, do what you need to do, because it's amazing. And again, wow, it's just another, just wow, just wow. That's the title of the video. Wow, that's what we gotta do. Okay, so this is another exciting part. You know, this area over here, she wanted to build like a little water park recreation area. She came up with a couple of ideas, and as you can see, you can read the signs. It's really good. We're gonna play with the jet ski right over here, and I think it's fun, you know, incorporating ideas like this and seeing them in action, because I think that's also important, you know, seeing ideas like this in action so we can make sense of it. And it's just so good, you know. You got your chest, you can be safe, that you got things there that if you want to be safe in the game, you know, you put your helmet, you put all that stuff that you want. But and then this is the jet ski, and then you slide all the way down, you can jet ski around, go all the way up, slide all the way down again, and all of that. And she was explaining that to me, and then she's like, go for it. And I was like, okay, and well, here we go, we're gonna do this. And I was like, okay, let me go in this side. I don't want to go to the deeper side just in case. And look at how fun this is. You know, you just jet skiing around in this little, and then you're in a high level area, and all these are water beds. So also remember that all these are water beds, and then on the bottom you get the effect of the jet ski, but you can still do the jet ski on top of the water bed. That also, again, now it makes us remember. It gives us the idea that we can do this on top in different level. You don't have to use the jet ski just on the rivers and in the ocean. We can use it in a higher level, and that's something good to know, something good to see and discover, because I think it just makes the game even more fun. We can be more creative. We can be more creative in our jet ski races, knowing that we can bring the water in a water ramp, make water beds in another level tier, and then come back down to make the jet ski races more exciting. So yeah, it's that combination of ideas, showcasing it for you guys to get inspired, and then you going into your islands and just go at it and create something amazing. And look at this, Sandgrove. It's just so good, right? It's just the letters, the title, the waterfall, the rocks, the trees on the top, the two purples on the side. Again, it's just breathtaking. Take it in. Take all these ideas, guys. Please take all these ideas, but this is what you want. This is what Steph wants, is to also motivate all the players and showing all the other things that we can continue to do, continue to build, continue to come up with amazing approaches into the game, you know. And it's just amazing, you know. And this area, just with the bar, with the chairs, with the seating, it's just the whole combination works so well. And again, we see that build that she has done in different areas, and again, there's the fireplace and the fire thing on the top that it looks like it's all connected. Top leveling, top decorating, it's just so cool. Here, look at this. It's just, again, wow. That's my word. Wow. That's where we're staying. Okay, so her island's not done. We are continuing. We're still exploring and seeing and getting to a whole different section in her water park build. So this section it's like you know, like bumper cars, but it's bumper with the jet skis, and it's so fun. It truly is so fun. If you hit the jet ski in the right way, you bounce, and it's fun, you know. And it's just another creative outlet, another creative idea, just to be out here, just to play with friends, you know. You could this is something fun that you can do with your kids and stuff like that, you know. Just having a great time, creating this type of concepts like this, and then do your take, add something. You can maybe add obstacle, maybe you want to add something else, and then just have fun and run with it. Look at it is fun. And then, you know, the conversations and the fun that you can have with everybody playing together. And that's still one of the greatest things about Dinkum. It's the aspect that we can build, we can play, we can hang out all together, you know, and have a great time in the world. And it's Dinkum, guys. Dinkum is so good. It's just truly so good. Okay, so this section is so exciting. I'm so excited to get to pirate area, the buccaneer area. I think it's completely fun. Look at this little waterfall. It looks so good. So good. The design is so good. Okay. Now this is, guys, take it in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the pirate ship just there. It just crashed and it just been sitting there. We got buried treasure. We got water just falling in all the different places. You got gold, you got ruby, you got emeralds, and it's just the thinking, the level, the design, the imagination to do this. These are the things that are so important, right? And sometimes we need this, and that's why I truly believe island tours is one of the best ways to get inspiration, for you to be inspired and to get new ideas, and this is one of those that is wonderful. I can see people making a whole pirate island, a whole pirate town, a whole pirate theme now, just because we saw this. And I know somebody will do it. Somebody will see this video, somebody will love the pirate idea, and somebody's gonna take it in and it's gonna do it, and I can't wait. Hey, hit me up, call me up. I want to go to your pirate island. I want to see it, because I'm excited. I love this. This seeing your creations there's nothing better and truly than seeing your creations. They're truly mind moving, and so much inspiration that I can get from this. But look at this. This is fun. This is great. The build, the decoration, the idea that you can just wear pirate clothing as you're in this area, just having fun, playing and goofing off. This is a section that I forgot. We just started goofing off, and I forgot, hey, I'm here to do an island tour. I gotta keep walking. I gotta keep exploring and looking at the details and looking at the work that she's doing, right? But at the same time, it's so hard not to have fun in Dinkum when you're with friends, and I can see that when I see people in live streams, or you just coming in to hanging out with friends, and it's so hard to do work sometimes when you are just having fun. But that's the testimony of Dinkum, right? Is that you can have so much fun with your friends, goofing off, and next thing you know, 3 hours went by and you haven't even done the build you wanted to do. But to me, that shows how good and how great this game has become, and it's a great testimony when you see that, when I hear that, and it's so great. But I love this little stretch mark right here, right? This was all sand, and then she put all this grass, and then she put all the vegetation to make it feel different. And that's another idea, guys. If you have way too much sand but you want to break it off, take that idea, put grass, and then put the plants, put the flowers, and then break it up, and it's just gonna look and it feels so good. And again, here's another great viewpoint. It looks amazing. Another camera that we can enjoy and explore. And if I have one request, is that maybe in the future updates, it doesn't have to be the next one or even the following one, but at some point down the road, maybe we can focus ourselves, somehow. I don't know the mechanics. I don't know how easy that will be, but it'd be great that when we move the camera and then we hit a button, it can kind of knows where we're looking at, and then it makes that focus. And I think that'd be game changing. Honestly, that'd be a game changing mechanic, because then we can use I love the cameras. I love the tripods. Hands down, I love it. But if we could focus even more, then we can even use the tripod even more in more specific ways. But look at this view right here. I sat here, I panned the camera slowly, and I was in love. Is again the detail, the amazement, the colors, the greenery. Look at the fountain again over the bridge. You see that little fountain. You can miss it very quickly, but it's that extra. And again, I will say it again. It's those extra level details that in this island is taking it to the next level. It's those attention to detail. You don't need them. All these extra details, the build in the island will be amazing, but she went beyond to make this island more unique. So this is another game in the water park, and it's you're a frog, and you gotta, if you fall in the water like I just did, I technically lost, But the idea is that you gotta hop the quickest and you win, right? And you win the trophy. But technically I failed, I lost, so I'm disqualified from this race. But the idea, the concept, using the costume, and that's something that I noticed that she was doing. She wasn't just doing a build, but at the same time she's using costumes in the game to incorporate it into the build, into the games. And I think that's just amazing. So the next thing that we're gonna go is I love this. This is the lazy river, and she's gonna take me a tour around the lazy river, and you can see some of the amazing decorations, amazing waterfall up close. And it's just another way, another idea, right? Is as you're building your area and your towns and your cities, then you get this other aspect of the water that you can incorporate that and make it a tour and make it a way to enjoy visually what you have done. And you guys know me, you know, if you're new to the channel, if you've never seen anything, as you're watching my videos, you're gonna see that to me, viewpoints, seeing things, high point, low points is very important. And I think having like a river viewpoint of your work, I think is so good and it's so important, you know. And if you can do it, you don't have to have it, of course, remember that. You don't have to have the things that you see here, but if you can make it, if you're stuck, if you lost something that you see here, then let's incorporate it, let's add it into your island, let's add it into the world, because it's just gonna make things so more amazing and make it your own, you know. And it's okay if you don't know, if you can't tweak it, you want to copy it to the last detail, copy it, because that's part of the game, that's part of the inspiration, that's part of the island tours that we do. But at the same time, you know, as you're building it, maybe you tweak it and then you make it something even more special, because it fits your island, it will fit your town. And that's what it's all about. Again, designing, decorating, but for you, for your own happiness, you know, because we are all unique. You know, it's so important to know that we are all very different individuals with very different tastes, and we all like different colors, we all like different pathing, trees, everything, you know. And this island may not be just for you, because it could be way too nature heavy, you know. But at the same time, there's ideas that you can take, layouts that you can take, and then make them your own. And that's what I truly believe is so important. And I think that's what's gonna take your island to the next level. Okay, so we're in the lazy river. I think this idea is great. I'm in love with the concept. I think it just works great. I did something like this in Specs Island, that we went around her aquarium, and it was just wonderful. So now this is just like a bigger version of that idea that we're going around in this river, and it's just so good. And just take it in, you know. Take the view. Here's a good opportunity to see how all the trees are looking, where are the grass and the rocks, you know. A lot of it was just normal nature. Other stuff she planted herself. Like when you see things in the sand, a lot of that stuff she did herself, because sand is sand, right? Nothing really spawns there besides shells or rocks. So when you see things in the sand, see how she placed them, see how she did them, a little separated, a little clusters, and then we just keep going back and forth. Look at that view of the pirate. It's just so good. Having the bridges across the rivers. You guys know I'm a fan of rivers, right? And bridges, and it's just wonderful. Look at all this rock formation right here, all the way from the top, from the bottom, and then look underneath the boat. Extra rocks just leading out. I love that so much. It's my type of rock formation, of rock build, and it just gets me pumped. It gets me excited so much. It's just wonderful. And again, I love these views right here. I think, you know, is let the mangroves grow, let them fill up the edges. It just gives you more greenery. It gives you something more to look at across the rivers, you know. And then the bridge, you go underneath the bridge, and then you get to her bar area, a little restaurant in the water with the chairs. And then again, you get this beautiful, again, shot of the entry. It's just truly well thought out, well put together. The love, the detail, you know, all the concentrating that she has to do on this island, you know, to make this an amazing place, you know. And the level of excitement that she has talking about her world, talking about her projects, and you know, and not knowing if people are gonna like it, not knowing if people are gonna get excited, you know. But she's being nervous and this, but you know, and talking with her, let her know, I don't know why you're so nervous. I'm the one that should be nervous because this is so good, you know. You're putting my island to shame, you know, and it's great. But at the same time, you know, it's even though this is such an amazing place, right? And we just saw that view, and look at this view in the water. And this is why she took me in the boat, so we can see this type of views. But here's the lighthouse. But you know, even though we have different takes, and I will do things a little bit different than what she did, that's what it is. That's why we're different. I'm falling in love with her creations, but I want to make them my own at some point. Take her ideas and making them my way, in a way that makes me happy, you know. But it's great because the inspiration that she gives me, I'm gonna take it and apply it to my style. And I think that's what you guys gotta take from this, is that. But guys, look at this. So you guys know, you know, if new or already being in the channel, you know, I kind of use this wardrobe, this exact wardrobe on my church to create the illusion of doors, right? And when I got here, right here, I'm telling her, in this section we were talking, I was like, Steph, OMG, I had the same idea. I can't believe it that you and I were thinking the same thing, you know. But I told her, but I'm taking mine to a little bit to the next level by hiding the bottom drawers, you know. And then we talk about that. She loved the idea, but she already had it. She had the concept in the mind, exactly what I was trying to do at the same time, you know. But for me to make the illusion more real is to hide the bottom two drawers, right? So then it just feel like you got the just doors, right? And it was so great. But it was so great to see somebody else thinking in that level, thinking of new ways to approach the game. And it was just a bonding moment, you know. It was just an exciting moment. But okay, so hear me, I'm detouring a little bit because I wanted to see how she did this. You know, I seen this throughout her island, you know. And look at this. So the way she did this is the boat is floating. She raised sand to the scarecrow to a specific level. Then she placed the scarecrow, and then it looks like the scarecrow is inside the boat, moving the boat. Genius, 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 genius. It's just amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so now we're getting to one of the most exciting parts of our island. I think this is, again, I know other people have done it. I think other people in other videos have done a sunken down city, right? But we're gonna see the way she did it, her take, the way she wanted to make hers, right? I think it's always great to see that. I think it's just such a great idea to create areas like this, you know. It's not for everybody. Many of you that are watching this, you guys may not be interested in doing this, but the possibilities of what we can do underwater in Dinkum right now is amazing. And with future updates, who knows what else we can do, you know. So it's exciting. So here we are, you know. We're gonna go down, we're gonna explore, and we're gonna see what are we gonna discover. What items is she using? What items can we use that we haven't even thought of? What are we gonna discover as we get under the water? And here we are. I'm just so excited just to see what she has created here. And the first thing, you know, seeing the stone lamps just right out the back, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, we can go this deep and they still illuminate, right? And just wait for it. Wait for it. We're gonna see this at night. It's gonna be amazing because the lighting at night is so good. But okay, but look at this. This feels, you know, this. Okay, and I will give you, and I don't have the greatest singing voice in the world, but you know, in that section in the Little Mermaid, when she's singing the song about all the things that she has in the cave, that was the vibe, and I started singing that, you know, and Steph started laughing, and it was just wonderful because that was the vibe, you know. It was. I felt like the Little Mermaid, like she has all her stuff, but she what more does she need? She has everything, and that was the vibe. I felt like I was under the water in that world, and it's just, and look at the fountain. It's just so good under the water, and all the little items, the benches, the marble, the rocks, the mossy path, the brick mossy path looks so good under the water. And it's just the creativity, to make these things on the water, and the whole time I'm keeping the camera as much as I can under the water in this particular level, because I want this immersion. I want this feel of exploration, to feel how we're walking, and not to pop out of the water. So I gotta remember not to press any of the other buttons because I don't want to float. But it's so good, and just using all these other items like the vine right there, all those vines, just using that to create this illusion. And the water fountains under the water, it feels, instead of feeling like it's water from far away, they look like it's air bubbles. And I think it just gives you that movement and feel of everything that's happening, and it's great, and I hope a lot of you are getting inspiration and be like, I want to do something like this, and they do a whole nother thing. I've seen people that have built like actual living quarters under the water, and it looks amazing. People have done like the lost city of Atlantis, and it looks so good. And this is more like a sunken down treasure cave room feel, discovery, and it's great, and it's just something extra that you can do it in your world, that you can do it in your island. And again, it's just more doors that can be opened for you again. And that's what makes all of this exciting, right? At least for me, it truly is an exciting moment in Dinkum, because we're not just creating things on the top, we can create things on the water. And look at this bridge. The bridge, guys, under the water. So good. I still want a cement bridge. I still want a more metal heavy industrial type of bridge, because I think it's just to use them on top, but also in the bottom. I think that'd be great. It'd just be so great to see that. And then look at the big fountain under the water, and again, it feels like it's creating more the effects of air bubbles that are just happening than just water. And again, it's all about movement. It's all about just making this world feel more alive. The more movement you have, the more high variations. It's just so good. And again, I mean, I'm hoping that you guys are loving this idea, that you guys also are being just as mind blown as I am, and that you guys are getting inspired to do something like this, to take this approach, and for you guys to take it to the next level. What more ideas? What would you do? How would you approach this? What is going to be your creation? And then let me know. I want to see it. Hit me up. Invite me. I'll come over and we'll do exactly what we're doing here, but we'll do it on your island. Because I think it's important. Doesn't matter how big, how small, what it is. I think it's important for the whole world to see what you have created. Because the inspiration, the smaller details, the way you place an item can be a game-changing thing that can take the game to the next level, that can take the design element and the creation to the next level. And I truly believe that. I truly believe those things are so important, not just for me, but for you guys, because that's how we're going to keep developing. We are going to keep improving as fellow creators, as fellow designers, and pushing and motivating each other to be better designer, master designers in this game, and keep falling in love with Dinkum, because I think that's part of it. I think the core of Dinkum is we just keep falling in love with the game. We keep falling in love with what this game has offered, and being able to be in a world with our friends. There's nothing like it. It's just, there's nothing like being able to be with your friends, right? But, it's just completely an amazing time to be able to play this game with all of you, to share the islands, to share the world, to share the vision, your vision to the world, like I'm doing today with Steph in her island, sharing it with you for the world to see, for the world to explore and enjoy the creation that she has created. And one day it's gonna be your world. Your world will be a showcase, and we'll show it, we'll explore it, and we'll enjoy it together. All of us, you, me, and everybody that's watching, will enjoy everything that your world has to offer together. But here is a night, there's the vibe, there's the feel, there's the look, and it's just amazing. But guys, as I'm walking right here, we're about to jump into the interview portion with Steph. We're gonna talk to her, she's gonna explain, and we're gonna listen what she has to say about this wonderful, wonderful island we just walked and saw. Okay, everyone, we are here sitting with the creator of this magnificent island, Steph. 900 hours, just an amazing island, so much to see, so incredible. So, Steph, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just finished touring this amazing island and I just can't believe what I just saw. Okay, Steph, so one of the questions that I like to ask to start every interview is, why do you play Dinkum?
Well, I played a lot of Animal Crossing. I think when it first came out, I got it like 3 weeks later and I never stopped playing it until Dinkum came out. To be honest, I played it and played it and played it. I rebuilt my island over and over and over and over again. And when I watched some of the Animal Crossing creators, they started actually playing Dinkum on their channels. Just spurts here and there, not a lot. And it was really the multiplayer aspect that drew me to it. And um so me and my niece actually started playing. It was really fun to play with somebody else and have somebody else be able to help me with things on my island and build things and do the mines with and everything. And so I just really like designing and being able to play with friends.
I just think that's so cool. Playing with your niece, playing with friends, I can totally relate. I think Dinkum has created this community, to be able to play and just build together, and it's just an amazing feeling. Okay, so one of the other questions that I like to ask, because I know people always wonder, they always want to know, what is your creative process? How you get your inspiration? How do you go about building everything that you do? Because it's just amazing, fantastic, and it just blows my mind.
Most of my inspiration is real life. I like to look at pictures. I will come up with, a color scheme that I want to use. And, I really just come up with the layout of my town and then everything falls in from there. I don't plan really in depth, but I do I'll get an idea. Oh, I want to like I did with this island. Oh, I want to build a water park. And instead of just building it first, I'll research it. I'll look at pictures. I'll find things that I like that fits with the aesthetic of my island already and add that in.
I think that's just fantastic because I relate to that. I research, I look at real life, I
Mhm.
love to go online and just get some these ideas, to how to bring real stuff like into the income. So it's just so great to hear how you go in your process to do that. One of the things that I also notice about your island, about your creativity, is how real you make everything look. So,
Mhm.
what's your approach and how you manage to do that?
Well, um I think for me what makes it looks so much more real is the items that we use to decorate. So, like the smaller items, the food items, the items that make everything look lived in, those are really important for me. I think if we could get more of those items and um we could place them around the islands just to make it look more lived in. That would be my favorite aspect. I really, really want all the consumable items to be placeable.
I totally agree. I think the more food items,
Mhm.
drink items, just
Yeah.
little vases and everything that we can just add to our decorations, to add to top of the
Mhm.
furniture, on coffee table, all of that. It's so true. It just makes it so feel more real, more lived in, and it's just, yeah, the more the better. Another thing that as we were walking and touring your island, you mentioned to me that, let me get this straight, you are starting a new island already after you did all this work?
Yes. Yes. I've started a new island. So hopefully, in a month or so, it'll be ready for a tour too.
In a month? Man, you
Yeah.
work so fast. It's just fantastic. I just can't believe how casual you're like, yeah, in a month's time, I'm gonna get all this done. It's just amazing. It's so great. So what's gonna be the theme of this island? Is it gonna be like this one, like very focused in nature and small town feel?
Um, yeah, I'm extremely inspired by nature, and I really like the very the small town feel. So it does feel that way, but it's a completely different layout. It's complete. I mean, it's not the same at all. I actually had a totally different plan for that island. So this one, eh, they're going to be two totally different places. Lots of nature still, but different.
And that's so exciting. I just can't wait to see your new island. I think it's gonna be fantastic. But Steph, thank you. Thank you for real for letting me come to see your island, to showcase it in such a way that other people can get inspired and just build and continue to build in this game that we both love that is called Dinkum. Thank you, Steph, so much.
Thanks for coming.